To the meeting of the Ware Board of Selectmen started at 6:30 with the chief to talk about department matters, and it brings us to 6:47, Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Public comment? None. Department head committee items? Got anything? Oh, come on.
They want to go, yeah, I got two.
You get two?
Go first if they-
Yeah, we'll let them go first. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
nice.
gonna table the chief for a second and go to appoint a deputy treasurer and recognize Tina Cotter.
Come here.
Don't worry, you're on YouTube.
Oh, that's even better. This is awkward. I come tonight to introduce Kelly Hebert. My prior deputy treasurer has moved out of town, so I needed to find another one. And Kelly is familiar with accounting. She does books for her husband's business, and she's doing office work for another business here in town. So she's familiar with that aspect of it. And I would like to bring her on as my deputy.
Department, the selectmen have any questions?
No.
Nope.
Entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we hire Kelly Herbert or Hebert?
Hebert.
Hebert as the,
And it's
as
just a
rec-
point, we're not hiring.
uh,
There's no
have
money.
appoint her as a deputy treasurer on the
I told you it was name only.
Is there a second?
on the recommendation of Tina Connor, our treasurer.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very
Welcome
much.
aboard.
All done?
There's no paperwork tonight, so she'll have to come back and see Maureen to get sworn at, and then.
Get sworn in.
Sworn at, sworn in.
Yeah, I forgot. Sworn at.
Yep.
Or sworn in.
You're in every now
Yeah,
and then.
usually it's me that swears you, but unfortunately, we don't have paperwork, so.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
It was painless.
Chief Moore with a department head committee item.
Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome. So the first one you've heard me talk about for a while, records retention. Sergeant Montplaisir has actually done a phenomenal job with this. We got 3 bids from 3 local companies: New England Document Systems, Northeast Records Retention, and Iron Mountain. Currently, we have 75 boxes ready to go. Once he's completed the process, we'll probably have about 125 boxes in inventory. I don't have the total price. I do have a schedule if you want to break down it, but it's going to cost nowhere what I thought it was. We're looking at about a 45 cents a box storage a month. Once we get it in there, it's $1 to put it in. With New England Document Systems, they were low bid. It'll come out of my current account, $320, but I don't think it'll be over $1,000 a year annual cost.
What is it, 40?
45. So it's going to be in Hooksett. The monthly storage fee is 45 cents a box. The minimum fee is $75. We'll be over that. Entrance fee is $1 a box. Retrieval fee per file, $2.75. Retrieval per carton, $1 each, which is what we would be doing. Refile per file, $1.75. Refile per carton, what we do, $1.50. Fax email, I don't know when we do that, $10. Permanent removal, $1.50, which we would do based on the retention schedule of all the documents. And destruction fee of $6 a box, because it's all tracked and signed off on stuff, so we'd be going.
Don't we have to approve where he's going? We got 3 bids, but don't we have to?
Oh, no.
No?
Oh, no.
Yeah, we're under the,
Somebody jacked the purchasing policy out.
$2,500.
No, what I'm wondering, as far as the security, what's their,
Yeah, that
are
was
they
gonna be
all
my
apples to
question.
apples?
Yes.
As far as liability of something, if they have fire,
yeah,
Theft
these are all approved document storage facilities, so.
By who?
but they're all apples to apples, every one of them,
Yes.
pretty much across
Yeah,
the
I mean,
board have
we
all
looked
this.
at them, Brandon called them, saw what they offered. We didn't like submit, we need the following request for purchase, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
We didn't do it that formal, but, yeah.
Can you share the 3 quotes, for my file or no?
Yeah, sure. I can give them to you if you want them.
Okay.
So what is the, well, I'll call it the basic means to hold these records? What are your standards to hold these?
So based on my experiences, what we did, so we create a file system of what's in each box. Pretty much, if it's an offense report, what the offense report number was. So if we go back looking for that report, we know what box it's in. We would send them an email saying, say we needed that report once we put it into storage. I'm going to need box such and such, and I don't have to tell them why, but I would arrange a date and a time where I would go meet with them, sign out the box, they'd bring it into a room. I would retrieve the document out of the box, which is going to be sealed. I'd check it back in, they'd reseal it, put it back in evidence storage.
Now, what is their security like on this facility?
I haven't personally been there,
Okay.
but we're going to have, everything's evidence sealed. So we would know if the seal's been broken for integrity.
Okay.
And obviously, they're not going to have a reputation if they don't uphold that standard.
Right. And I know Jack asked, but what about kind of insurance do they have if the place burns to the ground or? I just ask. I mean,
Yeah, I haven't
just
looked
don't want
at
to see
it.
all those
I
records
mean,
go up in
it's-
flames.
I don't know if there's a value on this because it's,
What kind, yeah, where do they put it, like a big safe? Is that what they have, a big?
well, it's a big,
Vault.
it's going to be, I'm sure they're going to have a really good fire suppression system because, again, it's records retention. If the records are destroyed, they're gone forever and we're required to keep them, so.
Right.
Do you have any, the other thing is, do you have any backup of any of these records anywhere? Like
So
computerized records?
most of them, we have electronic copies, but per New Hampshire RSA, we have to have written.
Right, but I'm saying you don't have any electronic ones as a.
A lot of them we do.
Okay.
Not the really old ones. Like one of the boxes is booking photos from the 1970s and stuff.
But that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. VHS tapes from when y'all used to have them in cruisers. VHS tapes.
Wow.
Yeah, stuff like that. So some of
Some of that'd
them
be fun to
How
watch.
many years have you got to hold on to this stuff? Forever?
arrest records forever.
Wow.
It depends on what it is. That's why we divided them up based on the
I think-
category
I think
we have
like
to
the
store them in.
videos and stuff, as far as.
As they
the
cycle
cruisers, they
through,
get
when we
rid
can
of.
dispose
Usually
of them, we
that's-
dispose of them.
Like the 70s, your VHS, those
But it's
tapes
a-
may not be any good anymore.
Right, but no, 70s I was using for like booking photos, which could be related to an arrest record. Even though they didn't attach the booking photo into the arrest record, which would made it, we're just going to assume it's an arrest record,
Yeah.
going to treat it as such.
Still gonna hold on to it,
Label
obviously.
the box, rather than trying to match up each photo with the actual arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Then you're safe, Ricky. They won't find
Good.
your photo.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
As long as they're
that's
locked up.
just I was just letting y'all know that's the direction we're going in that one.
And now on the home front, how much real estate to kind of open up? Considerable.
Yes. So essentially, that opens up probably a 12 by 12 foot room, which we're going to turn into a corporal's office for down the road. We've already got that room pretty much cleared out. Got a couple
Is that the
file
one
cabinets.
next to yours, or?
No, it's next to what's next to?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, I guess it is next to mine.
Come around the
I don't go
corner,
in there too
straight
much.
ahead.
Yeah, it is next to mine.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good. Good to know.
Next one is pretty simple. So our ACO, looking to be more efficient. Our clerk currently uses a program on dog tracking. It's called BMSI. They have to, so if we come across a stray animal, we get a printout, which is essentially an Excel spreadsheet that's only updated monthly from what she's telling us. So if it's out of date, we don't have real-time information. There's a portal that we can get for $300 annual. It's called Interwave that lets us have real-time information on whatever the clerk's able to see, which would greatly improve our chances of tracking down the right owner on any missing animals. I thought it was a no-brainer, but just kind of letting you know that with your approval, I'm going to add that to her budget. We're going to pay for it this year until we can add it to her budget next year. $300
Will it
annual fee.
talk to the, I'm sorry, will
Yep.
it talk to the one that we have now with the
Yes,
counselor?
so it's actually a portal from BMSI that we can add on to the current thing. We can have as many user licenses as we want on it, so each officer can have a log on for that system. So if Caitlin's unavailable,
Yep.
Mike can get on the computer or look at what the clerk has for the current owner for such and such a dog, so we can look it up and contact the owner, which obviously we get a lot of dog calls, so that's a very helpful program.
How many times, or do you charge people if you keep picking these dogs up? You just
Not
take them
currently.
home?
Yeah, we so we hold them at the station for a couple hours, but since our kennel is not really functional because we don't have the sanitation in the water, I told them pretty much a reasonable time is a couple hours. If we can't contact the owner, we got to take them all the way up near Concord to the shelter facility. Yep. And then
We still have a running contract with them, right? Or
Yes.
Agreement, I should say.
Yes.
Right. Which seemed to be working out fairly well for us.
Yeah, I don't know if we've taken a dog there since I've been here, though.
Okay.
But we have a pretty good success rate contacting the owners.
Well, it seems like all the time I see it on the Facebook page, the police Facebook page, and then a couple of them, the local Facebook page people grab them and spread them, and next thing you know, everybody and their cousin
Yeah.
has the picture, and they're tagging friends, and
Well, there's
You
somebody
said-
to the Granite State Recovery.
There's
That's the
another
other one.
That's another
That's the other
one
one.
that a lot of
I've
people
seen
grab
it,
and
yeah.
go
yep,
to.
yep. So it seems like there's a pretty good network to retrieve
Very,
these people.
very dog-friendly community.
Yeah, good. Okay.
That's it.
That's it? Oh, I had 3 lines. Oh, I guess not. Okay. All
We
right.
did 2 things.
Yeah,
We
good.
did 2 things.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll move on to minutes,
February 3rd,
maybe.
So,
been over a little while.
I gotta read them. There's the 10th, there's the 3rd. Anybody have anything on page 1?
You're on February 3rd, yeah,
That is correct.
yeah, no,
Good night.
Thank you, chief.
Hi, chief.
see you, chief.
Anything on page 1?
no,
2?
no.
Anything on 2? 3?
About, oh, I don't know, that first big paragraph about on 1, 2, 3, the 4th line up, it says flush the water, I think it should say drain the water. It's talk about turning off the heat and
Yeah.
draining the water.
Yeah, drain, yeah, okay. Anything else on 3?
I didn't see anything.
4? 5?
No,
And 6?
Yeah.
7?
nothing.
All right, move to approve the February 3rd minutes as amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, you gotta get to find the 10th. 10th reading. Working on it. Anything on page 1? The 10th, page 1,
No,
page 2?
no.
Oh. Page 3?
I didn't get to 3, I only got through page 2, so.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
All right, 3 and 4, 4 short. All right, move to approve the 10th as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I abstain.
You weren't here either.
Abstain?
Well, are you all still okay to make the motion? I'm just saying.
Yeah, you
I'll
can
make the motion. No
Yeah.
abstain. I'm not here.
And then February 5th, we
So
just
it's
got this.
50% yay. What's that? Oh,
The 5th?
Those are 1 page, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, that's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah,
as written.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Let me catch up 1 second.
That's why I was holding it up, I thought it was, coming over right now.
Okay.
I can do the manifest now. Whoa, hey, hey. Is it 2 pages long or? Giving all the money away here tonight.
Well, you're also not meeting next week.
Go figure.
You and I talked about that.
I know. All right, you have to give me a half hour to read this. All right, move to order the treasurer to sign payroll accounts payables checks dated February 27th, 2020, as included in the following manifest. Payroll manifest $60,513.33 for weekly and monthly payroll. Accounts payable of $46,002.90. Fire department accounts payable $7,878.89. John Stark Regional $250, Ware School District $300. for a total of $664,395.12. Following manifests were previously ordered to be signed at the February 10th meeting of the Ware Board of Selectmen. A payroll manifest of $62,741.95 for weekly and election payroll checks dated 2/20, and an accounts payable manifest of $47,700.14 checks dated 2/20. As there is no selectmen's meeting scheduled for Monday, March 2nd, further order the treasurer to sign payroll checks dated March 5th, 2020, estimated to be about $65,000. Furthermore, to order the treasurer to sign up to the amount of $50,000 for accounts payable that cannot wait until next scheduled board meeting. Reports and actual check amounts be reported to the board of selectmen by inclusion in the manifest memo at the next scheduled meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there enough signatures?
There is.
Oops. Sorry.
Right, before we do that, I got a couple of, we have the tax map maintenance proposal, which, CAI's always done the tax maps. And it's for April 1st through 3/31, but it's the amount that we have in both default and proposed. It doesn't require a motion, there's enough signatures for all you guys. That's that one, but at the same time, they also do the building permit package.
Paper cut. Ooh, that-
They also do the building permit package. There's only one copy of that, right?
Yeah,
It's a sample.
it's just a sample across it.
Right, we're not doing that one.
Okay, I was gonna say.
That one's going back. It's sample. This one doesn't say sample, that's why there's two here. This is for the building permit package, it's $2,400, so there's 3 signature lines, one for us, one for them, doesn't require.
What does that one do for us?
That's, when we do the building permits, we put them into the,
Goes online.
program, and they talk to the assessing.
Oh.
We track the building permits, and so when you actually, when Kyle comes back, he adds his notes from inspections. So then when you go to print out a CO, it gives you the date of inspection, any notes, anything that needed fixing.
Yeah.
It's a
And
nice
then whether or
track.
not it's been re-inspected and fixed, so
Fixed,
it cleans up that mess a little bit, so.
I'm not sure why I got a sample on that one, but anyway. Then I know in front of you is a very, I was gonna send it to you, but I don't think you guys wanted to look through all these pages. Karen has spent a lot of time doing the updated welfare application. She's gone to a couple of meetings, she's gone, she went and got trained on the GAP system, which brought to light some things, so she's put together, did you sign them both so that we can keep one and send one?
No.
There's only one copy, wasn't there?
No, there was 2
Oh,
papers.
there was, oh. I only saw the one.
Now it's the other one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what she was wondering is if you guys would take a peek at this
Yep.
and make sure you're okay with her using it. A lot of it, like I said, is geared towards the required information, that we can put in that program, which you're not looking for it a second time. She put a note here that she'd like the welfare application's been adopted today's date, but,
I think we need a week to interpret it.
okay.
Read
Do you
through it.
want-
No.
All right, so
Yeah,
I'll have
I've
her put a
already-
new date, because the
Yep.
next time you'll meet is March.
Yep. I'd
So
like
in the
to read through it.
meantime, though, we're gonna just
It's
start
thick.
using it, I guess.
Yeah,
Huh?
I mean,
We're gonna start
it's,
using it.
if it's, you know,
It's
the
asked
thing
the
is,
same questions, it's just in a lot better form.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a
It asks
lot,
more questions
it's-
of what we need to ask.
it's more in depth and, you know, that's the biggest thing with welfare. I've been to the classes on that, and you've gotta ask a lot of stuff, and the applications are gonna be very
Well, we also
thorough.
said we had a release
Or-
form.
If not, they slip
There wasn't
through.
even one in there.
Yeah, plus, that's right, you
You
gotta have
know,
the
attach
release.
a release form, attach this, attach that.
I think that's,
You know, as people come in, though, we have to hand them something.
Yep.
And instead of tracking it back, you guys are welcome to take it and look at it. But we'll just, on March 9th,
Yep.
if you could keep that in mind.
let's get the promissory note that they pay us back, that
Yeah,
if they,
got
you
everything.
know, it's got everything
So
what
I
it's
also-
supposed to.
I emailed you today the sample job application and a sample job description, or an ad and a job description.
Yep.
That I was kind of hoping that we could, I know there's no one here, maybe take a few minutes to look at it if you haven't had a chance to. I'd like to get this started right away. The problem is there's a new tax collector's workshop that whoever you decide
Mm-hmm.
needs to be registered by the 13th. to go to class on the 18th and the 26th. It's for new tax collectors. So, how I thought it would work, and it's actually on one of the other forms too, is my report, is if we could take a peek at this, I could put it out tomorrow, have the deadline be not this Thursday, but next Thursday. Then, as we did before, Beth and I took all the applications, kind of set together and whittled out the top 3. And asked you guys to, I would schedule interviews for the night of the top 3. And then you guys can decide from there, and then I could at least have someone that I could send on a name to go to the class.
Let's put down unknown.
I was gonna put vacant, but that doesn't look very good. The basic, the job description is pretty simple.
Now, how much of this did you change from 93?
Actually, I collected from probably 6 towns and put together what I liked out of all of them.
Yep.
Some of them were hard, they were combined with finance. Some of them were part-time, some were elected, so I had to be careful what to overlay, because as we know, this is an appointed position. It's a lot of similarities, because, how much more can you vary the job description?
Right.
But at the end of the day, you have to do what we have to do to, and what I liked about one of the towns, you can see, once you see your job description, you're gonna sign it so that you know what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I actually like that part of it.
Which we should do with all of them, for the
I know,
fact that
but
if
I'm
someone
just-
says, well, I never got that, you signed for it, you
Yeah,
know?
or how, I didn't know I was supposed to do that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's, I saw that when I looked at it online, and that's,
And it talks about the above statements are intended to describe the general nature and level of work. What I did add into is confidentiality. And you'll see on page 3, above the knowledge and abilities, I added the assistant cross-trains and other customer service-related activities in general sport of town operations. That means you can float around if you want to float
Yeah.
around,
yep,
which I think we talked about.
These contradict each other.
yep.
The ad and this contradict each other.
Okay.
Under knowledge, skills, and abilities, it says need to have a bachelor's degree, and this says high school diploma.
Does it say or though,
A degree in finance or related field,
or related field?
or any equivalent combination of education and experience.
So that,
It
Yep,
does.
and then in the SJD, it says knowledge of accounting and tax receivable systems equivalent to a bachelor's degree and 3 years of progressively responsible experience in office management.
You probably want to take whatever you
Right,
pick.
but then you continue reading. Record keeping, conducting,
accurate detail.
or any equivalent education.
Combination of
That's
education
why or's in big
experiences.
letters.
Yeah,
It kind of lays out, I mean,
yeah,
are you gonna find somebody certified in that?
You could have somebody that's been doing it
for a long time.
for a long time, and there's a wealth of,
Wealth of information.
a wealth of experience, and
Yeah.
then you get somebody that's
Well, you also might find someone that's, got, great office management
got
skills.
skills, yeah.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
go to the
Well,
class and pick it up.
I just want them
Yeah.
to flow together, that's
Well,
all.
how do you wanna change it then?
I
That
don't know.
flows together pretty well, because it's a comma, experience, and, bachelor's degree, 3 years of progressively responsible experience in office management, comma, record keeping, comma, conducting accurate, detailed transactions, comma, reconciling work,
You could,
deposits
that's
in a
what you're
town
saying,
of
though. You
similar
could take that
size.
last sentence and expand on it
To,
if you wanted
or,
to.
to where, or any equivalent combination of education experience which demonstrates possession of the required knowledge and skills and abilities.
Do you wanna change the job description to that, and make that last sentence a little bit better
I think it's
in
pretty,
the ad?
I think that's,
it says or
or,
equivalent combination.
I think that's pretty.
Yeah, no, I have no problem with
Experience.
the job, with the posting. I just think this is a little bit, I'm not saying I don't necessarily disagree with it. What I'm saying is, it seems like it's right out of the gate, it says that you need to
Equivalent
have,
to a bachelor's degree.
right,
Yeah.
Which most places do nowadays.
well, yeah, but again,
And we talk about.
one says one says another.
And that's what I
What do you
mean,
mean?
I'm happy to make them consistent.
One says one says another where?
No, in the ad,
In the ad?
different, it just says, the first part of it says possess a background in finance and public sector experience or a combination. But then in the bottom, it says will have a high school diploma.
Yeah, which, like I said, I agree with the posting 100%. I mean, like I said, or equivalent of combination of education experience, absolutely, because you could have somebody, I 100% agree with that. I just don't, my personal thing is the wording of the description I don't like, the job description.
Okay, so let's change it.
Right.
Let's
The
make
job
it-
description as far as what, in the
It's
ad?
too,
To me, to me, it contradicts it.
In the ad.
No,
No, here.
Here,
No,
so make the
here.
ad reflect what's in the.
No,
no.
Leave the ad
No,
alone.
make the job description reflect the ad.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
I would just, honestly, I just wipe out that bachelor's degree.
I'd switch it over.
Knowledge of accounting and tax receivable systems equivalent to 3 years of progressively
I would
responsible
say that
experience in
the
office
ideal
management.
candidate would have a bachelor's degree or equivalent,
yeah, you're gonna find
equivalent
it tough, though, to
experience.
get
But if you do
Or
that,
equivalent work-related
Well, no,
experience.
what he's saying is,
Take it out.
if you just
Finance.
take out, knowledge of accounting and tax receivable systems equivalent to 3 years of progressively.
Right, just take that
I like
off.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
That's all I
take
like.
that
I
out.
like
Take
that.
out- Take out a bachelor's degree
Yeah,
and.
Or
Minute.
any equivalent combination of education, which
It's
would
a-
cover
Which
the other
is it.
side.
Yeah,
right,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah, you just, this,
Yeah, that's
we didn't
fine.
really, we talk about possessing some background in finance. but-
Yeah.
But having the equivalent to a bachelor's, that's a lot of
That's, yeah,
4 years of college.
yeah.
yeah, and you're not paying big bucks.
Well, right, and economy's very good right now, so.
Yeah.
I do, you know, we're finally getting back. Karen's been a huge help. Karen's been a great, I think what we can do is give the job description package and let her go through them, and I think it's great.
Update 'em.
I think we can update them.
Okay.
Because they were done on a typewriter in '93.
Yeah, it's time to update them.
So I think, you know, as a project, we can move along and do that.
I do like the fact that, like, assists in cross trains and customer service related activities. I think that should go across the board. I don't,
To everybody.
Right,
And here,
absolutely.
sure, in the town office, yeah, definitely.
Oh, actually, I do you want the old, copy of the old one? This is it.
No, we
you want a
don't.
copy of the old one? No,
Okay.
Not really.
no. I think this is, I mean, I think this is good, because like I said, it really,
I like the
Sums
idea
it
of
all
tomorrow. I didn't even think.
So when do you want to post it?
Tomorrow morning.
yeah, no, the posting is fine. Yeah, you can definitely post it
That-
tomorrow.
that's-
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it says in the posting that, you can, a full job description is available by emailing. So I just wanna make sure that I had it
Yep.
hand in hand.
It's fine. Yep.
So, and what I'll do is I'll probably leave it with Karen as well,
Mm-hmm.
so.
You know, that's like a little funky though, when you keep wording the word like ability to interact, ability to organize, ability to maintain, that could all be put in the ability to interact, to organize workflow, and to maintain confidentiality on sensitive information. I wouldn't keep,
Yeah, one town spelled it out, just like that.
I mean, I don't think it hurts to spell it out.
I don't think it
because
hurts to spell
that
it
way
out,
there's no-
yeah.
There's no
Because if they
yeah.
read through a paragraph and
It's not
skim over it-
ambiguous.
yeah,
So they know exactly what's there. So they'll say, well, it doesn't say that. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Oh, I'm good with it.
Is that all right?
Yep.
It's okay to go. All right, so that will work into our time frame quite well, so when you, on the 9th, you'll do some interviews.
Mhm.
That, the 9th, the mailer should be here.
we're not gonna be a late
should
night,
go.
right? Because the next day is voting, right?
No,
It's gonna be
no, so the 9th shouldn't be a very heavy night.
10th is.
The mailers, as I was saying, they should be ready Wednesday. I'll go pick up the mailers, take them right to the post office, and go out in the mail so people have time to study them.
Mhm.
And then, and now if you want, not much has changed on the administrator's list, just because we're waiting. I did have, on the non-building one, number 9, I did add the whole tax collector and what I thought we could work out for a timeframe.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Monday and Tuesday, I won't be here. Government building, I haven't done anything. Like I said, we're kind of waiting to see what we have for money, what we don't have for money, kind of things are waiting for town meeting. I did want to, you also got a posting, would you please mark your calendars? March 1st, 11 o'clock, and it's posted as a site walk. That's all I got.
Got something on, government buildings.
Sure.
Number 3, Clinton Grove. That Clinton Grove underpinning has been on here for at least a year.
It's been on
More
since-
like about
When are we
3.
gonna take care of that?
Dale Chase has got the stuff, and he's got all the timbers to go in and jack it up this spring. He's just waiting for the weather to break.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, he's volunteering, I can't do more than that.
Okay. Just want, no, it's
Yeah.
just been on
He
there
was
for a long
supposed to-
time.
Yeah,
I know,
nothing's
he was
changed on
supposed
it,
to
so-
be doing it in the fall, but he got tied up with the family matter and he couldn't get to it, so.
Okay, good.
Anything else on the report? No?
I got a question. On the site walk for the Gordon Brown building, what are we looking for? Possible water damage in the basement?
Well, we have,
Isn't that
we
a-
have
isn't
water
that-
running in through
It's a
the-
stone basement, stone
Right.
block basement,
Yeah.
granite block basement, so it's a dirt floor, you're gonna have water running in anyway. There's nothing stored down there, is there?
No, there's a few pieces of odds and ends that were left there from,
Way back one.
when Brown owned it.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I've cleaned out a lot of the junk and it's gone to the dump, but,
The other thing I had on the
but
town.
that hadn't been leaking in on the front wall at all until we had that heavy rain in this last January. And then the water's just
Got no
pouring
place
in
to
there,
go.
it's coming off, yeah, there's no place for it to go, the ground's frozen and it's, just runs down and
Well, I
runs in
mean,
the front. We gotta do something with it though,
regardless,
because we're getting rain here a lot this winter.
yeah, well, and regardless, we are the board that's supposed to oversee the building,
Right.
so I think we should go down and take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So,
On the other thing on government buildings, and I know it's been going back and forth, and that's on the stone building as far as putting
cameras up.
cameras and a fire suppression system. I mean, who's doing this?
Well, it's a town-owned building, so.
So it has to be approved by the town.
Right, and I think that, you have fire suppression in the town hall, you have it in the library and the
But
village.
are they looking?
Fire alarms.
Fire alarm.
alarm,
So are they
yeah.
looking to use the same contractor and come to us with this, or is it?
Well, I think
somebody-
that portion of it, I was hoping the town would do that portion of it, and the Historical Society would do the camera system.
Well, if that, they have to come and approve it. Plus, the other thing is you run into, who's gonna monitor the cameras?
Oh,
That's the question.
we'll probably look at that.
The other
Historical
course- the oth- the
Society,
other-
Because it's there to,
Yeah, the other thing is that you have to post it,
yeah,
saying that it's
Yeah,
being
there's-
monitored.
yeah,
The
there's
other
cameras.
part of it is you can't have a voice with it, so you
Right,
have to
no.
do some system that's no voice. But the other
Yeah,
deal of it
that's
is
not a
that, again, it's somebody that's gonna have to come before us to get it done. That's the only.
Well, it's a town building, and,
It's a town,
and if
yeah.
there's any town money that has to be spent on, it has to come to us. And it has to come from that fund, but, obviously, no steps will be made until after, Tuesday.
Yeah, that's
Tuesday vote, because we don't know what we're gonna have and what we're gonna be able to do, so. I mean, I don't think honestly, I think that the fire,
Alarm system.
alarm system would be very, low invasive,
Yeah.
invasion, because, you really don't need, there's only, 3 rooms in that? Three
Yeah.
major rooms?
Yeah, you'd
So you
put
really
one-
only have 3 detectors to go in there, and
Well, you
then, and that
wouldn't
call-out box.
you might not even put one in the middle section, because that.
You put one
because
in,
that's
near the
zero.
furnace.
Well, they
would say-
make different heat ratings in
Yeah.
there, so, you got, so maximum 3 detectors and a call-out system, it's not a big, very invasive.
Yeah, no.
No, and a freeze.
but again,
That and freeze.
Everything
Yeah,
comes with a price
something to
tag.
monitor like the town hall. the
Everything comes with a
freeze.
price tag. So, but I think that's the bigger issue is the freeze.
Yeah.
We don't know what's
Yeah.
happening over there. I think that's the bigger monitor that we'd like
Well-
to hear.
Yeah, if the heater, if the furnace.
Yeah,
goes-
if
Yeah,
the
I don't-
furnace goes off.
Right. I don't have an issue with
No.
with the videos either. Obviously no audio, but
Right.
again, I think if you aim them right, I think it should be fine. But again, I think access is going to have to be one will have to be with her minimum. And then, the Historical Society obviously is gonna wanna see what they can see inside.
Right.
I'm wondering if maybe that system could, link on to the, Wi-Fi from the library.
Yeah,
If it's
possible.
within distance, and maybe put a booster in the library or something like that, just to be able to get a live stream
Oh, you might
from.
be able to put a booster right in the system there, so. it
Well,
was-
regardless, and that's what I'm saying, so, have
Extender,
to be
they call
looked
it.
into, but again, this is all, to me, is all after voting.
Yeah.
Even before we even call anybody. Because if we don't get you know,
Right.
what we've put forward already,
Yeah,
then
well,
it's a moot point.
That's right.
So, you know, but, no, I mean, I'm not opposed to
No, as long as
the
it, as long as
systems
it
at all,
comes,
but,
you know, we know where it's coming and when it's gonna
right,
be done.
but again, it's gonna have to be gone through, so.
All right, well,
Does anybody have anything else?
no,
In a couple weeks, sell a job to our DPW crew.
Yeah.
You know, I travel a lot of the back roads now to work, and I see Bosquen, you know, Concord, Hopkinton,
Back
and
roads.
Ware. And, you know, our roads are always top-notch, always. So, again, shout out to them, and I know they're working long hours. Hopefully the fleet's holding together.
can we
Yeah,
do,
they're trying.
can we do something maybe, sometime, buy them lunch or something?
Yeah, we've done it in the past, haven't we? We
Or
did something in
Take
the past,
pizza
didn't
down
we?
some
Yeah,
night
we
when
gave
we're out
'em,
plowing weight or something.
$25, one
You
year,
guys did
because they
Christmas
worked
time, you guys gave.
That's right,
they
yeah.
worked.
through Christmas
Yeah.
and
That's right.
something.
Yeah,
'Cause they
well,
work through
you know,
Christmas.
again, I think that's something that, and not just to seclude just to the DPW, but, I mean, you know, have
Get the
a,
police department
have
out.
a, have a spring bash or something.
Yeah,
and,
Yeah.
because I
you know,
mean, you
A lot
know,
of places do an employee appreciation day,
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
because you've
there it
also
is.
got the police and the fire
which I think
You know,
is
Mm-hmm.
March
that-
6th.
that are out,
It's on the calendar.
All right, it's a little early for that.
that are out,
Maybe we can be the late bloomers and do something in June or something. But,
hey,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because I mean, you shouldn't slight the fire or the police, because they're getting called out at all
Oh, yeah,
hours and
they're all out hours too, so, but like I say, yeah, employee appreciation, I like that, but we may not do it that week or that day.
No, it's actually, the only reason you laugh is I flipped my calendar to March to look up a date, and it was on the calendar that I
Yeah.
bought a planner.
Yeah.
I'm like, who does that? I know.
employees
Some places do.
It says-
Apparently,
just like it
we always
says
did it in the
Like that-
fall.
Administrators'
when I worked.
days, don't want
Secret-
Secretary's Day.
It's
Yeah.
Secretary's Day or Ministry,
It's
yeah.
funny, I flipped it and I'm like, oh, that's true. it is
What was the
one.
other one the other day? There was some other thing that they said on the news. I'm going, what? You know, they've got a day for everything.
No, I
now.
think that'd be,
Oh,
that'd
Pet
be a
Day.
great
It'd be
morale.
great
Yeah,
morale
yeah, that was a
Yep.
pet day. That was it yesterday?
A couple
Yeah.
days ago.
Yeah.
All right, anybody have anything
Where
else?
we hold it, I don't.
No?
Let's come up
All right, I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Have a wonderful week. Thanks for watching.